Hello everyone, thank you for coming onto my channel. So today I would like to go ahead and talk about what it truly means, according to the Bible of course, for someone to be a hypocrite. So the term hypocrite is unfortunately thrown around a lot, especially within the Christian community, which should come to no surprise, right? Because of course Christians uh, preach that there is a right way to live, that certain acts are, of course, immoral. So naturally, there's going to be some people, if not a lot of people, that claim Christians in particular, and perhaps other people as well, are hypocritical. Because obviously, none of us are perfect, especially not Christians. We're all sinners, right? We've all done wrong in our lifetime. We've all committed sin, as the Bible explicitly teaches. But what does it really mean for someone to be hypocritical? Typically, the claim is that if someone has ever done a particular act and then later on condemned or judged someone else for committing the same act, they are in fact a hypocrite. But that's not what the Bible teaches. The Bible teaches that someone is a hypocrite when they condemn or judge someone for committing or participating in a particular act that they themselves are actively participating in. That's what it truly means for someone to be a hypocrite. And of course, this is what we see Jesus himself teach in Matthew chapter 7. All right, we're going to go ahead and just read that passage. Or rather, I'm going to read it just to give you guys a better idea of what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and go through it. Matthew chapter 7, starting with verse 1. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine own eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. So, obviously, the point here is that before you can condemn someone for, or rather judge someone for committing a certain act, you have to get yourself right with God first, okay? And so clearly, based on what the Bible teaches, that's what it means for someone to be a hypocrite, to judge hypocritically, right? They go around and tell people, hey, don't do this, don't do that, when they themselves are committing it. But of course, the Bible also teaches repentance, right? Which of course is a change of mind and a turning away from a particular behavior, a particular sin, okay? So it's not accurate to say that someone is a hypocrite if they've committed, let's say in the past, let's say they've committed fornication, right? And later on, they get saved, they become a Christian, and then they start telling others that they shouldn't commit fornication. Are they a hypocrite? No, they're not a hypocrite, because they have since repented of that sin. They have turned away, and now they are telling others not to do that, which is exactly what we see pointed out in Matthew chapter 7, which is the correct way to judge. But of course, it also ties into the issue of hypocrisy, which according to the Bible is when someone condemns or judges someone else for committing a certain act that they themselves are in the process, or rather actively committing. That's what it truly means for someone to be a hypocrite. So with that in mind, let's make sure that we don't judge hypocritically, but rather non-hypocritically, which of course is laid out for us in Matthew chapter 7, verses 1 through 5. Well, guys, that's it for this video. So as always, please let me know what you think, and remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.